All right. If you're experiencing any issues with your audio, first make sure your speaker icon on the left side of the top toolbar is green, which means it is enabled. If you're still experiencing any issues, please refer to the options menus on the top toolbar for additional assistance. There will be a dedicated question and answer box right underneath the video pod. This is where attendees will submit any questions that they may have regarding the webinar subject matter. Please keep all questions you wish to be answered by the presenters to the Q&A box only, and not the chat box to ensure they will not be missed. The Q&A box will be open throughout the entire webinar, and all questions will be answered following the presentation. Please note that attendees cannot see the questions submitted by fellow participants. However, as soon as you submit your questions, they will go directly to the presenters for answering when it is time. You can also submit questions during the Q&A session. There's also a chat box that can be seen by everyone both attending and hosting the webinar. You can use this to engage with other attendees and bringing any technical difficulties to the host or presenter's attention for troubleshooting or to provide any comments and feedback. You can also make the text larger in this window by clicking the icon to the top right corner of the chat box and selecting text size. If you're experiencing any technical issues during today's webinar, please notify us in the chat box and we will do our best to troubleshoot. I'm now going to hand it over to our Accounts Administrator, Amanda Kozak, who will be moderating today's event.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today for SARM's webinar. My name is Amanda Kozak, and I'm SARM's Trading Services Advisor. Our group buying program is a tool that helps municipalities save time and money with everyday purchases by combining forces. Group buying allows municipalities access to a wide range of industry standard products and services and receive preferred membership pricing. This is a free service available to all SAR members. Today we'll be going through our suppliers that members can purchase from under our program, including capital purchasing through Sourcewell and our core group of programs. So joining me on today's call is Ainsley Murdock, Client Relations Manager with SARM, Tyler Hannemann, Manager of Business Development for RMA, and Jesse Patenaude, Manager of National Partnerships for RMA.
Great. Thank you for the introduction, Amanda. I'm going to get us started with today's presentation. As noted, my name is Ainsley Murdock, and I'm the Client Relations Manager with SARM Trading Services. So my role as a Client Relations Manager is to assist SARM members in all their procurement requirements. So I can work with your team to help you source equipment you may be looking for, help you obtain membership pricing, maximize supplier discounts, and connect with your local sales rep. So feel free to reach out to me at any time with any questions you may have, or to schedule a call or meeting with your team so we can review your unique procurement requirements and I can outline how to best take advantage of the program. Okay, so first I'm going to outline some key benefits and then we'll get into the trade compliance part of it. So when members purchase through their SARM membership, they receive preferred membership pricing, dividends, consolidated invoices, and access to our wide variety of suppliers. We are fully trade compliant with CFTA and NWPTA, where we've gone to tender on behalf of all of our members to offer a wide range of business services at discounted pricing. So using our program will save you time and money when purchasing anything from office supplies to fuel to tires and heavy equipment. So our buying power comes from obtaining pricing from the manufacturer direct versus going through the distributor. So our members get to deal with their local distributors so you can continue to support your local economy that way. We also offer free quotes, cost analysis, and do a member's needs assessment for most of our programs so you can see firsthand the cost savings you will receive through the program. So now I'm going to pass it off to our Business Development Manager, Tyler, who will give a high-level overview of the contracts associated with the program and our footprint across Canada and discuss trade compliance.
Start sharing. Here we go. Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us today and having myself and Jesse on. So I hope some of you have seen me talk before. It's the excellent topic of public procurement, and that's the most exciting thing to do on a Thursday morning. So again, thank you. We wanted to throw this slide up because it really shows the breadth of the buying group and the buying program. There's client relations managers that work with the local municipalities across Canada, and you can see we go from coast to coast pretty much. We have that big gray one in Quebec in the middle, and that's more so a function of compliance and the RFP process than anything else. For our programs, we do post RFPs. We do post on all the provincial websites to create the programs to gain the pricing. And for that to be effective in Quebec, we need to post that in French. And we don't have that capacity right now, but it's something that we're looking at partnering with their local association, the Federation of Municipalities of Quebec. So it's something in the line, but the main point and the value for you participants is the program that you're getting is the same model that somebody in Ontario is getting, or somebody in BC, or somebody in Newfoundland. It's the same price. Typically, the only thing that usually varies is shipping. So it's a very strong program. There's lots of municipalities using it, and it's just going to keep growing as we, the more usage we get from it. And with that increased usage, bigger discount, bigger value to the membership. So the big driver for the partnerships across Canada was the Canadian Free Trade Agreement. And I hope this is just a big refresher for everybody, because it's the binding rules that municipalities have to follow for any kind of procurement that they're doing. It came into effect July 1st, 2017. And it set out the rules for government procurement in the MASH sector. So that's everybody in municipalities, academics, so universities, colleges, schools, school divisions, primary, secondary, so all that, and then the hospitals as well. So the thresholds there are 100, and I believe this is a little bit outdated. I think it just got updated. It's $105,000 for goods and services, and $252,000 for construction projects. This is an estimating valuation. It is also an aggregate valuation, so you can't break up those purchases and spend just $10,000 every month, because when you combine that all together, it's going to be 120, which is going to exceed that $105,000 threshold. The province ensures compliance. So each provincial entity has a governing body that ensures that municipalities and ensures that all the MASH sector is following these rules, as every province signed up to the free trade agreement. So the big thing too with this one is there's a positive obligations on buying groups. So when this happened back in 2017, RMA, SARM, and AMM were the first three together, and we all had kind of our own trading programs. We had the tire program, we had some office supplies, some things like that. And we thought, hey, instead of everybody doing our own RFP, why don't we combine it into one? We'll increase the buying power and get a better discount for all our membership. So that's just what we did. We signed some agreements with, as RMA with SARM and AMM, and then we started the buying group, and we started that partnership down this path. So, we as the association, as the buying group, really strive and try to meet, as best of our ability, all the trade compliance, all the agreements that are established. So CFTA is kind of our guiding principle. We try and follow that one. We do leverage our own in-house legal team, as well as Faskins LLP out of Ontario, to ensure that our RFP process and that our tendering process and evaluation is kind of meeting, these criteria laid out in these agreements. And so far, so good. So no big legal challenges yet, which is always great. The other trade agreement that really affects Western Canada is the New West Trade Partnership Agreement. This came into effect July 2010, so it's been around a little longer. Most people are familiar with it. It includes Alberta, British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. It's, again, a comprehensive agreement, much like the CFTA, and it's really speaking with transparency. So it's in that open and open, transparent process, and you're not discriminating between respondents and vendors and things like that. So if you're in Saskatchewan, you can't fault somebody from Manitoba from bidding on a bid. You can't. Same thing with BC. It's just to open up those trade boundaries. the big difference, I guess, between this agreement and the CFTA is that the thresholds are lower. You can see that it's $75,000 for goods and services. So it does kind of supersede the trade agreement, the CFTA in that regard. So you know, it just lowers it. So if you're gonna, you know, spend that $75,000 and then you need to go to RFP. Thankfully, you know, for you folks is that SARM has gone to RFP on many different things, so that it's saving you that administrative time. You know, we've met these compliance pieces so that you can go straight into, you know, that procurement phase of the project. Both the CFTA and the new West Trade Partnership Agreement do recognize group buying as a valid way for public sector organizations to procure goods and services. So it is allowed. Every province does it, not just on the municipal association level, but on a provincial level as well. Many provinces, when they go out to RFP on their products, they set up the standing offers that any municipality underneath or in their jurisdiction can hop on. Same thing with the federal government. And we found that, you know, our process is very similar to theirs, and if not more information is provided when we do our RFPs and things like that. So we strive to be fair, open, transparent, non-discriminatory. We you know, the big takeaway is that SARM has gone to RFP on your behalf. And SARM does post a notice of planned procurement on behalf of all their members to ensure trade compliance. That notice of planned procurement is basically saying that, you know, if you're a member of SARM, that you know, at any point can use the trade program. So it's kind of that opt-in, if you will, that you're, you know, it's an acknowledgement that you're trusting in the SARM process, and that if you do utilize the programs, then you're, you know, it's that one more, you know, CYA piece where you've met that compliance and that you're showing that you're intending to participate. But as SARM has done that, it's just one step smoother. So that's my piece on the lovely CFTA and the newest trade partnership agreement. Everybody's favorite things, legal trade agreements first thing. But you know, the big takeaway is SARM tries to check all the T's, dot all the I's when we go to RFP. We try and create our programs as a benefit to you so that they're easy to use, and more importantly, that they're compliant. So if there is a challenge, you can rest assured that that we've done the proper steps, and that, you know, we're just trying to get the better value for you, for your time and for your dollars. I'll hand it back to Ainsley. Oh, I clicked one too many. All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tyler. I'm just going to talk about the capital purchasing side, and just remember, as Tyler mentioned, the increased memberships across Canada only benefits the SARM members. You know, as you mentioned, the bigger the buying power, thus means the bigger the discounts you'll receive on a wide variety of products and services. So first, I'm going to highlight our Sourcewell agreement in place to streamline capital purchasing for members and expand upon product offerings. So Sourcewell facilitates a competitive solicitation and awards process on behalf of our members' needs and expectations throughout the US and Canada. So RMA and SARM post the RFP solicitation concurrently with Sourcewell, so in all the Canadian public procurement sites. So we'll go to the next slide so you can see the wide variety of programs under the Sourcewell group buying program. So as you can see, there are a wide variety of heavy equipment suppliers on board, ranging from tractors, graders, sweepers, excavators, fire trucks and apparatus, to ag and turf, snow and ice equipment, to other products, including playground and rental equipment and auction sites. So as you can see, you can deal with the local sales reps directly. You can build equipment to your unique specification and details, and price out options as you normally would. So basically, I would connect you with your local sales rep in your area, and you would work with them directly to get quotes on various pieces of equipment. And like I said, they can build all items to spec if it's a fire truck, and they can work with you on your unique specifications and details. So you can view all the awarded contracts and details online and view the procurement process, applicable discounts, and supporting documents and more. So the website link is noted on this slide. So if you refer to this website link, sourcewellmn.gov, you can actually view, as I mentioned, all the contracts that are awarded. And that's a good way for you to see pricing matrices. You can see discounts firsthand. And if you have any questions on how to use that, I can walk you through the process. But it also gives you peace of mind knowing that you're on that contract. The contract number is actually associated on the Sourcewell website. So you can see, firsthand the contract that was awarded, and that will actually be a part of your PO when you get an invoice from a supplier. So it all kind of funnels back to the contract which was awarded. So that's just another good measure to ensure your trade compliance. Okay, so outside of our capital purchasing program, I wanted to highlight a few of our core group of programs here as well. So one of our highly competitive programs is our field program. So we purchase over 62 million liters annually and go to RFP every 3 years to negotiate discounted members on field pricing for all of our SARM members. So we offer bulk, card lock, retail, and lubricants through Esso, Petro, and Fast Gas. So we have a 24/7 fuel login so members can access invoices, transactions, reports, and volume history. We offer discounted fuel price forecasting and for fuel changes and manage all invoicing. So we can also do a free fuel analysis at well that outlines a detailed report comparing current fuel spend and potential savings you would have received using our field program through the SARM membership. So all we would need you to do is to fill out a cost analysis form and send us your last 3 months of invoicing, and we can get that started for you. So this is an example of one that we did for a member where you could see there was upwards of $40,000 in savings annually when they converted to our field program. So obviously it depends on your fuel spend, but these are all things that we can look at. Gives you peace of mind knowing that you're getting the best savings for your fuel. And there's no obligations to proceed. It's just a good way for you to see firsthand. We do an apples to apples comparison of your current fuel spend to what you potentially would have saved or received had you been under our program. So a lot of members are taking advantage of that, just as it's good measure and exercise, and it's a free service that we offer. Okay, so now we're going to talk about office supplies, which many of you are currently using right now. Our office supply program is with Staples Business Advantage, where members can access online ordering and inventory requests. And this is all done through eway.ca, so it's not Staples Retail, it's all done online. So you will require a membership login to access preferred membership pricing, and I can connect you with your local sales rep. So you would receive membership pricing on all office supplies and cleaning supplies, furniture layout and design, workplace safety, PPE, and more. They also offer a member's needs assessment to track your core and regular purchases to provide additional discounts on top of your membership discounts. So this is an exercise I encourage you to review with Claudette Barton, who's your account manager. So it's just, they added that to the recent contract just as a way for you to get extra discounts outside of your eWay discount. So that's what the member needs assessment is. And that's another exercise that I encourage you to take advantage of through our program. So one of the best programs in terms of discounted membership pricing is our tire program. So our national accounts are with Michelin and Goodyear, and we use Tirecraft and Cal Tire as distributors to offer upwards of 55% off manufacturer pricing on a wide variety of tires, including OTR, agriculture, commercial, and offshore tires. We also have a retreading program with them as well. So we also offer a traffic supply program with ATS Traffic. They offer HIP sheeting and diamond grade quality signs with a 7-year prorated warranties, competitive pricing, and they offer custom signs as well. They also do strategic planning for flooding or construction to set up barriers and rerouting systems. So we have a new contract in place for automotive services that was awarded to Napa. So they offer preferred membership pricing and allow you to take advantage of their customized inventory on an automotive parts and accessories. So now I'm going to pass it off to Jesse to talk about ground engagement and our finning promotions.
Thanks, Ainsley. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, I had my mic on mute. A little bit around the ground engagement program through the SARM partnership. About a year ago, it was put to tender through the RMA, and it was awarded to Valley Blades and Finning Caterpillar. So I'm going to talk a little bit around both options today, with a little bit on the Finning side, as they have some special promotions right now. The main thing is both programs are fully trade compliant. They haven't put to tender, like I said, and awarded through Finning and Valley. You probably would use Valley Blades through Dionco in Saskatchewan. But the main thing is, like, the pricing is transparent. There shouldn't be any fluctuations. You should have really a high quality inventory available on both ends of things. But yeah, both are trade compliant, both are ready to go right now. Ainsley, was there? Oh, I have, sorry. A little bit around the loyalty rate through Finning Caterpillar. Not sure if the group is aware of this, but you actually do qualify for a loyalty rate on all parts and service. So the loyalty rate for SARM is 3.75%. A nice way to kind of supplement that is by using a website called parts.cat.com. What that website is just really an online ordering portal for Caterpillar parts. And by using that website, you'll actually achieve an additional 3% off parts, totaling that loyalty to 6.75%. The nice thing about parts.cat.com, you generally shouldn't have to worry about any kind of mistakes in your ordering process. All orders are double checked by a journeyman parts technician through Caterpillar, and they verify your serial number and your arrangement against what you've entered to make sure the part's correct. So just kind of by walking in, you get the 3.75%, and a nice way to supplement that is by using the website through parts.cat.com. Should you ever require training on that website, just reach out to Ainsley and we can get a member of Finning to come out and do some training for you folks and make sure you're all ready to use it. This is the promotion I was speaking about on the Finning side of things. Right off the bat, you're going to see, first and foremost, you get a 60% discount on all ground engagement. That's what was negotiated through the tender process, which we had done about a year ago. So that 60% is already preloaded to your account. There's no need to do anything special, ask for any kind of special member pricing or SARM governmental pricing. Just simply go in and order your ground engagement, and that will qualify right off the bat. The nice thing about Caterpillar GET, there is warranty against breakage against that. So there's no proration to that based on hours either. So if you feel you get 200 hours out of a blade and you snap one in half at about 199 hours, simply contact Finning and they will give you a new one free of charge with no proration. Caterpillar is very confident in their metallurgy and their ground engagement tools in general, so they add that warranty as kind of a little bit of value prop because they're pretty confident in the strength of their steel. It's not specific to grader blades in general, so if you have wheel loaders or you need tips, adapters, or anything to do with dozer blades or rippers, that's all applicable as well. Another thing here, you'll see a contact on this slide for Graham Jurtis. Graham's responsibility is specifically to ground engagement in Saskatchewan. So he's there to kind of help you with any warranty claims, application needs, anything around inventory, stocking, or ordering. Graham will be your gentleman, and you see his contact information here. Simply reach out, and Graham can help you out with all of your needs around ground engagement. And I guess I'll turn it back over to Ainsley from here.
Great. Thank you, Jesse, for going through the ground engagement side of things. The one last point we wanted to make about our program is regarding the traditional tendering process versus group buying or cooperative purchasing. So as you know, there's numerous hours and time spent putting an RFP RFP together for the purchase of equipment you need right away. So on average, it takes about 250 administrative hours to complete the RFP process. So with our program, we have completed the tendering process on your behalf with all the suppliers under our program. So you can purchase the equipment you need right away and start using it and save all that administrative time going through the traditional tendering process. So with our program, you'll have assurance that you've done it properly and it's trade compliant, and you receive the best value pricing, knowing you fulfilled all trade compliant obligations. So even if you require 2 or 3 quotes for a certain type of equipment, you can still do that under the program. So as you could see in the Sourcewell list, there's numerous competing suppliers under one category. So you can obtain membership pricing through various suppliers under our program, and all without going to tender, because we have done that process on your behalf. All right, so to wrap things up, I just wanted to outline a couple of things and let you know what's to come. So we will be continuing to host webinars and educational seminars for members in the new year. So just refer to your SARM notices or newsletters for updates on that. Also, these SARM notices, we usually highlight new programs and RFPs in the works. So some of our new programs include fire equipment and apparatus, fleet upfitting and aftermarket accessories, electric school buses, sports lighting, flooring and furniture solutions, and ergonomic office solutions. So there's lots of news to share, so just be on the lookout through constant contact or newsletters for updates on that. And just remember, I'm here to work for you. So even though we can't travel to your communities right now and meet in person, we are here to support and assist our members at this time and provide continued services. So keep me posted as to what items you're looking to procure, and I will help you source out products and equipment related to your budget. In terms of next steps, as noted, it's always best to coordinate a conference call with myself and your public works team and administrative teams so we can review your unique procurement requirements, and I can outline various cost savings measures as it relates to the group buying program. Another option is that I could take part in your upcoming council meetings where I could briefly talk about our program. So I've done that before. That's a good option to save time and money and get everybody together at one time. So yeah, that's about it for my part of it. So thanks everyone for your time and participation in today's webinar. I look forward to setting up conference calls with you all in the next couple months to review these items in more detail. So all right, I'm going to pass it back to Amanda to review any questions that have come through, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Can everyone turn their mics and cameras back on for our Q&A session? And if anyone has any questions, please put them in the Q&A box and we will answer them for you.
I think just one from the chat, just in case anybody didn't read it. The slides are available, so if you need a copy, or I don't know if Adam, you're just going to be sending them out to everybody that attended, or.
Yeah, there's a copy available for download right underneath the camera, and I can.
Perfect. Maybe one question that I get is, you know, from other webinars, because I do these kind of across the country, is, you know, ones if there's something you're buying that we don't have, let us know, because we can definitely, you know, gauge the interest and go to RFP as of the group to create a new program for you to save some time. So that's always an option. That's how many of our programs have been created. Our culvert program, for example, was created just, you know, from that reason. So if there's anything your municipality is purchasing that you think, hey, this would be great for SARM to do, you know, definitely let Ainsley know.
Yeah, and definitely, use me as a resource. Keep me posted of anything you have in your budget coming up in the new year. And we can work with suppliers on your behalf. Basically, I'm here to help in any capacity, just to help make things easier, whether that's getting quotes for tires or, like I said, sourcing out random equipment that you don't know if funnels under the program. So just will save you a lot of that legwork and time. I just urge you to reach out to me. And yeah, I'll work with your team to assist.
Doesn't look like there's any questions, so if today's presenters want to just give their any closing speeches if they want.
Great. Yeah, if there are any questions, like at my contact detail, I think it was on the last slide there. If not, Adam's going to pass it out. So like I said, um, feel free to reach out to me at any time if you have any questions regarding the program, how to use it, the trade compliance part. Like I said, that Sourcewell website, I can walk you through how that works and show you some pricing and discounts that you can receive on loaders and different equipment. It's all pretty transparent on the website. And so that's a exercise I've been reviewing with members. And like I said, it's very informative, and I can definitely do demonstrations and presentations with your team, even if that's 5 minutes with your council. So yeah, I look forward to working with you all in the near future. Like I said, reach out to me at any time with any questions.
Perfect. I think, oh,
Yeah, that's correct. So we just have a question that came in. So somebody just asked, using suppliers that you have saves us from sending our own RFPs for that product or service. So yes, if the supplier that you're looking to use is under a program, we've done the RFP process on your behalf. So it's fully trade compliant, as Tyler's noting with CFTA and NWPTA. So we followed all regulations set forth to put out that contract, and you're included on that contract for all the suppliers that are part of that Sourcewell list. So as you could see, there's anything from John Deere to CAT to Case, Schulte, a bunch of the ones that you're probably using already. So you can basically purchase and work with the sales rep directly without putting out an RFP as that process has been taken care of on your behalf. So it's not that you're skipping that process, it's that the process has been done for you on behalf of our team. And that's what I was saying with Sourcewell. We can take you through some of the contracts and we can show you how it was awarded. It's all available on that website, so I'm happy to go through that with you. So like, we mentioned too, it just saves you all that admin time putting out an RFP. And you have assurance knowing that it was done in a fair, open, transparent manner, following all the regulations that we need to comply with. So there was another question that came through. Do you also help with lease agreements as well as purchases? I'll talk a bit of, maybe Jesse or Tyler can expand on it, but I do know some of our contracts have leasing agreements. So a lot of times you can purchase new, you can purchase used equipment, you can build the item to spec, your unique specifications, and a lot of times there are leasing agreements and options through the program, but perhaps Jesse, you can talk about the finning side of it, or Tyler, if you have any experience with that.
Yeah, I know from the finning side of thing, there wasn't like necessarily like a Sourcewell type agreement on leases or rentals, but I do know that there was more people actually inquiring around lease rates most recently. So I know that Brent over at Finning was working on a program to kind of push that along a little bit further. And then there was special rental rates negotiated for the governmental side of things, but once again, it was kind of like just an agreement between the associations and Finning, nothing that would be, I guess, populated on the Sourcewell capital purchasing program.
yeah, the lease agreements it's going to be vendor specific at this time through that Sourcewell one, so it's best just to check out the website, confirm with Ainsley on that. The other side is though the used equipment piece. If you are looking at used equipment, nearly all the agreements cover that as well. So we get that sometimes that people are looking new, but then a machine pops up a province over that kind of fits the need. So you can use these contracts to buy that, and that's really you know, the flexibility is one of the benefits of these contracts is you get that, you know, time functionality where before you'd have to go to that RFP, you know, to buy that piece. But because we have these, you know, tools in place, if it meets your budget and that's the piece of machinery you need and want, you can get it right away. So. Perfect.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's any other questions. Again, thank you all for joining us today. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to myself or Ainsley. Yeah, and I hope you all have a great day.
Great. Thanks,
Stay
everyone.
safe, everyone.
Yeah, thanks
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Have a great day.